no show, no pretentious, fancy communication. I just sometimes we don't recognize our dreams and start our reality. Most of us walk around daydreaming. Poetry, but the sunshine always is. I can't sleep. I can't sleep because he's on my mind. I go to sleep, and even in my dreams, I feel like he's puppeting the. I feel like he's puppeting my hopes, my fears, showing me how to get through the matrix, over the rainbow, right into his lap. Myself runs, greets the shadows like it's her best friend, running deeper and deeper into the subconscious until I met myself. I was in a graveyard and I followed myself back into this hobbit hole, in this dream. And I was talking to myself, but I looked different. She said, "You've met yourself at the orgasm point." I said, "What?" I was shocked. She's like, "Your womb. You praise us for our womb." She's like, "But yours is the original." Can't escape my own ego. But I keep thinking about how he felt when he found out about me, my baby daddy. I want to know if that hurt his feelings. You know, I would want to know because it hurt my feelings. During the time, at a certain point, I just closed my eyes really tight, being like, like I'm so used to being taken advantage of, or not like people testing and pushing my boundaries, and he pushes my boundaries all the time. But I close my eyes tight. I'm like, no place like home. There's no place like home. And then I just realized, when I was a little girl, I didn't get that. I couldn't say no. You know, I couldn't scratch back. I couldn't hit back. I was always taking advantage of it, always. But he didn't. He did. He did not. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I never experienced that. safety in a sense. Where I can say no. No matter how much you push me, I can say no. My legs just stay closed. So I wonder how he felt. Like, did it hurt his feelings? So did he understand the drama of it all? You know? Did he realize that in Scorpio season, the only reason that there's heightened sexuality sometimes is on the basis of drama? Sometimes we over sexualize ourselves and over glamorize sexuality, and we lose the real point of why we do it. And it's not just a tool for comfort. It's not just a uncommon act of two bodies performing a ritual. It's a sacred dance, you know, the programmed invitation to meet God at the top of the mountain. It's a sacred tattooing or sewing, yarning together your minds and your bodies into one flesh. It's not done just lightly to me. And the fact that I can say no, I can say no, shows me that I have so much power, that sexuality and sex doesn't control me. It does not control me. And I do not envy another woman for getting a man to plant seed in her womb anymore, like I did before. hmm Or have a burn jealousy out of me. I used to burn with anger when I saw him with another woman. I used to burn. I'm telling you, if there was another star in the sky, it would be from the moments in time when I really gained jealousy. I look like a burning galaxy, and it scared me. It did, because I never thought I'd come out of that. Like, I never thought that I'd rebirth into a new position of the sky to where jealousy no longer controls my elegance. That in a hardened heart, forgiveness cannot live and it cannot dwell. And when I used to see Andrew on tabloids or other shit like that, I used to go crazy. I'm talking mad, mad. And then I reached this point in Scorpio season where I'm like, imagine this. I am laid up and spread out and sprawled, and the ghost of my husband stood over, watching. How would he feel? What demons would he be fighting against? What genre of horror could he create in his twisted mind as I created? What is his objective? What is his objective in the dark in portraying these demons? How can I assist? In the cracking of a whip or a maneuvering of a ghoul or a ghost? I don't mean to push jealousy in this direction, because I've seen him in his fury. Even if it's not about his feminine, it's about what he believes in. I check in the dark. I don't need to go up front and be all up in his face, playing in his face. Back here, I can see baseball. I can see the field. Sometimes I get lost in the game. Mm. So, so my jealousy was like a trigger, you know. My jealousy was a trigger that I needed to fix. The flash wasn't working, or kept getting jammed, you know. Kept getting jammed. It's like, what's going on? So I get into the system of my mind, go through it. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, Copernicus in the dog. And I'm searching through all of these stories to figure out, why do I get so jealous? I don't even know this man on the Matrix code. I don't know him. But my soul is intensely burning, so much so, involuntary physical movements and shakes, to where I'm digging into these cells. Look at Virgo. I act this way in Virgo. In October, I act this way. And it's pretty steady because I've posted a photo this exact time for the last 10 years. And I go back and I'm looking into the cellular membrane of this vessel, this point in time in my vessel. And I'm searching through and I'm like, okay, well, I played Swan Upon Leda this day. I played Swan Upon Leda this day because I was brutally hurt in this point in time from a family member that I thought was my favorite. Why do I act this way towards my husband on this season? Because I'm still burning from the pain that was caused to my womb a long time ago, and I need Jesus to heal it. Gabriel's not going to heal it. Michael is not going to heal it. Jesus is the only one that can heal it. So if Jesus is the only one that can heal it, I'm not going to waste my time on nobody else. I'm not going to waste my time on another man touching me, planting seed inside. I'm not wasting my time. So the freedom to say no without getting hurt was a rule that I needed to figure out. I needed to figure it out because I've never felt power in saying no, always pain. No one was ever kind enough to listen to my no and not push, to see me laid and sprawled in beauty and see the eyes tightened and me stiffened like that. That's a feeling that makes me want to regurgitate my dinner. So I feel happy that I could say no and have it be okay. I respect that because I ain't never had that. It's always, oh, come on, man. Yeah, oh, I pay for dinner. And people know me and my obligations. I talk about them all the time. I hate feeling obligated to do something. I hate that. That's why I ran away from my family. I hate obligations. Oh my God. I shouldn't feel obligated to do anything. If my heart says to do it, I should do it. But if it doesn't, mm. um, so if only Jesus can fix it. And and the spiritual world is all I have to lean on to see him in ghost form. I'm going to put Osiris back together 50,000 times until he comes into his vessel fully and lands on earth. Every single time. I'm going to wait. Because if a man were to enter my kingdom and open one of those wounds in Pandora's box that only Jesus can close, we're looking at the end of civilization on every timeline. On every timeline, just from one decision, Adam and Eve style. If I were to loosen my morals a little, let anyone in again with the knowledge that I know now, we wouldn't have any more chances. We wouldn't. So I remain a nun, a virgin, the virgin. Virgo's doors closed even tighter, as tight as my eyes. Whatever happened, I used to close my eyes really quick, try to hold my womb tight so they didn't get the deepest parts of me. And when they were always done, there's a look on their face of pure disgust that I would mirror back to them. I would put up a mirror in the spirit, and I, their face would a little sunburned, you know, the eyes turn a little red. That's how I can tell a demon from a ball. The iris is turned red. There's a mirror I put up. That way, when Jesus gets here, he'll look at the book of death, all of those men's eyes when they were done. And I would always pause time after they'd taken something precious in me, and I would wake them up. Hi, you just did something in the matrix that God does not agree with, and you're in trouble. And then I would reveal all the demons behind them that they had. And they would have to sit and talk to every demon that they had. It's like therapy, but from a soul's perspective. So I'm waiting for Jesus because he's going to punish him. He'll take his sword and he'll punish him within me. And the sky will break. He'll time travel because he'll fall deep into me. And he'll hunt down all the men who serve me. And he'll clean the earth again. And my heart. And my heart. He'll take care of me. So much so I won't even have to ask. I wouldn't have to ask. It just does. He knows what I'm thinking sometimes. He knows what I'm thinking. So instead of jumping to conclusions so fast, he goes through my brain like a puzzle piece quick. And he'll say, calm down. I didn't even start. I haven't even started my hissy fit. But he'll already know. Oh my God. And it's like magic to me because no one's ever studied my zodiac like that. So much so he's a professor now. He studied my zodiac. He found out the Z, what the Z stands for, what the O stands for, what the D and the I and the C. He'll know what all the letters stand for, and then he'll be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do to fix it. And he'll give me a comprehensive plan. Okay, well, around this time, you get like this. Oh, now you're talking about my period months? It's not in shame. It's not in shame. I'm just telling you because I foresee us getting into an argument. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna feed you what you feel like eating. Oh, now I have to tell you what I want to eat? You don't know me, Jason. All right, we'll go to Wingstop. We'll get you the ranch, okay? You promised. And the fries. We'll get you the whole meal, okay? And I want some of them pineapple Kool-Aid pickle looking things. Okay. Only get it from the pineapple man, okay? You do the purple one. I bet that purple one had good. It look good when he make it. He had it in the cooler. Shout out to the pineapple man. I can't pass up on it. If it's a maybe, I'm not passing up on her. I just thank him for letting me learn that lesson about boundaries. Cause uh, being boundaries. I mean, because look, if you think about it, we we literally acting like we're in a relationship, technically, ain't we? I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, we act like in a relationship. He just don't get no benefits. I'm like, that's rude. I'm hella beautiful. In my opinion, I think I'm beautiful. And he has restraint, is all I'm saying. That's, I mean, that has to be Gabriel himself. I'm going for it's a shield. 'Cause I don't know how he does it. you know, like I look at me when I'm just laying around the house and stuff. And I'm like, I want to record me. Because sometimes it's like when I listen to music, I'm in a good mood and I talk in this like southern accent and I lay it on thick. It's not a character. It's like my soul breathing, honey. It's like my soul churning, honey. I get into that mode in that mind frame of this southern like honey. I don't explain it. I don't know. But I get into that mode and I get terrified for him, because he had me. He gave me what had me. I was his girl. I was his girl. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start apocalypse. I stopped running behind him, Gabriel. I was about to deny Jesus. I was gonna deny Jesus on Gabriel. But little did I know that Jesus sent Gabriel to watch me. Jesus sent him to watch me. I know it. I know it. I know it. To guard his invention. Inventions. Tesla and McCoy. I think that he sent him just to warn me that he don't play about me. He don't play about me. And I love him back. I do, know. But he's like, yo, if that is anything in the world right there, that womb, that is the apple that Adam bit, darling. Do not bite that apple. Okay, yes, sir. I'm gonna bite the apple, sir. I won't. All right, I mean, here's a mission. Get this mission complete and then pull out. All right. Okay. Gabriel, kids angel here. Yeah. Split. All right, don't touch it. I just needed this quick job. Don't touch it again. Yes, sir. It's like I believe that it's easy to fall in love with a broken person. But when that person is healed, then love can really exist. So in this Scorpio moon season, in the Scorpio moon, I learned that I'm able to say no and remain powerful. Even when I said no and I wasn't powerful, I understand why. I learn a lesson and I upkeep those boundaries. I upkeep those boundaries and I maintain communication the whole time with Jesus because he's teaching me the lesson. He's teaching me hella lesson. I'm still in my day clothes because I don't want to take my hair down. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm gonna do the exact same day. Maybe a little longer, but I think I like this. Mm. I tell them put me back in it, girl. And I will do it again. Uh-huh. If I can hold you for a minute, oh, girl, and I will do it. She knows the boys in the band. She knows when they come to town. Every musician's fan after the curtain come down. She waits at backstage doors for those who has prestige. Says you'll reduce any man. This time you won't seduce me. That's okay. Oh, baby, do what you want. I am Dirty Diana. No. Because what it is a woman gets so mad that she can't say no, that she only says yes. And she drags your soul to hell every single time. You get addicted to that pain like a drug. She becomes a painful drug to you, all because you decided to push her boundaries. Even if the boundaries are loose, have some fucking common decency. You know, that's not normal. That's not, that hasn't, there was a trauma glitch. We felt that. Yeah. I think we've hit a topic that's pretty intense for you. Yeah. It's a trauma glitch. It's getting deeper. Yep. He struck a nerve. Okay. Trying to sort it out in time. So, what's the thing? Okay. Healing from rape. Healing from rape. How does that affect my breathing? How does it affect my womb? Okay. All right. When your womb feels protected, it the crack, because I had this crack in my womb. Jesus has the seed. He has a seed that turns those cracks into gold and they slowly molds it together to form the continents from isolation to togetherness. And then the womb becomes the earth again, and a new world can be formulated. So, what the women have to do is heal from rape. You know, just know that we're in this together. You know, I fight so much of my time in the matrix. I say whatever I want in the matrix. I speak it into the phone to find this energy. It's like a pulsating heartbeat from a new generation hollering back at me, Gen Z, talking about I want to be a Pokemon trainer too. Target came up with a fucking sick outfits collab. I was like, yo, you're not supposed to be in the Matrix for buying things, but I would love some Pokemon Go shit, some Pokemon stuff. I want to be a trainer too. Can we make Pokemon real, like the real world? Why is why is this healing me? You know, there's like this dorky, this this part of me that thrives in art, in like cartoons. It's like a child self of mine that I'm rebuilding. My sci-fi fantasy world where aliens exist. And instead of it being instead of my imagination being a runaway mechanism, it's a manifestation tool of rebuilding, and I could use it, by turning into characters while I'm making love to my husband. And I build these characters inside him, these goddesses. I built them only for them to find love. And then eventually I'll get my piece of the manifestation because one of my daughters in the future will pay her taxes. She'll pay her taxes, and her orgasm that's already seeping from her womb will hit me as an afterglow. And I'll store it to the side for when Jesus get here. That way all my manifestations are lined up and my womb is clean and organized and ready so that I can breathe the honey through him back to his pineal gland. Explode his pineal full of honey. He'll die. Let Pekitna melt. Every time he'll die. And I'll kiss him and resurrect him like Sleeping Beauty. That's how he programs the dream world. That's how he programs the dreams of our children. So no, I don't take making love to my husband lightly. I healed my womb. I healed I healed my wounds. We healed. We healed our wound. We healed our wound. Whatever was hurting in him, I hope that this journey healed a piece of him, or the pieces of him that he thought was unlovable or broken or tired or no one wanted to listen to. I would want my husband in the future to know I listened to his soul before he formulated the music. I talked to the darkest corners of him and I wasn't frightened. I wasn't frightened, but I was intrigued and I was turned on. And he lit my pilot light. He lit my motherfucking power light. Because how he self explains things and how he explains things in the dark. Another trauma glitch. But it wasn't a trauma glitch this time, it was an excitement glitch. Because I've seen his darkest thoughts. I've witnessed some of his darkest thoughts in the back of his head. And I was not frightened at all. I wanted to know more of his darkness because his darkness wasn't seedy and sadistic and gross. It was reflective and honest, delicate, electrifying, fundamentally accurate. His darkness was not seedy and gross and weird. His darkness was art and light, finding a balance to pen to paper. I tell them, put me back in it. I want you the right way, but I want you to want me to. Just like I want you. Curtis Mayfield, diving in the back, sun rooftop, digging the sleep at the against the white wall. TV in ten, saying the back. So remember, brothers and sisters, that you can stay, stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Fire. On my way to, how do I begin to answer the question? I know you've been wondering where could I could, how could it all be true? These things, who's that? The soul protector, the baby conceiver, that made me believe the soul bringer, the love giver. He is the glow increaser, the pleasure release. But you guys don't get it. You don't get it, do you? Sees the reflection of his eye looking back at me. That's how I know he watching. His pineal gland gives off a purple auric field when he looks at me. The back of his fucking eyes. They're not red, seedy nastiness. Purple, looking into the darkness. Highest frequency is pineal gland. And I see him looking at me. See? So I don't really need to know if I have his attention because I have his attention. Understand? You get it? You call it a solar flare. I call it eyes. We're watching God by Zoe Neale Harrison. To speak in a southern dialect, sometimes you cannot read it on paper and actually understand. You have to read it out loud for it to make sense. I don't understand her work. I don't get what she's talking about. Then the book isn't for you, nigga. So all in all, I say I love him so much. I love him so much. And I would never want to hurt him. But if I do need to feel something, I'm going to have to feel it. Even if his jealousy burns him to the ground. I've had to deal with it. Now you got to deal with it. And I'll deal with it, and you'll deal with it. And we'll still come together in Mars and Jupiter, Venus. Our souls are bounded together in time to create a circle of time. I loved you so hard that our pineals vibrate in separate galaxies, but at the same tune. That's intense. Someone says, I love when a man pays attention to me. I love the attention it feels when I'm up there dancing, stripping. I get it. To be desired in fleshly ways. Yummy. But to be desired in universal ways. Gulp. And as a black woman on this planet, no one has spoken my language. Nobody would come and spitting game at the bottom of the ocean. No one was spitting game at the bottom of the ocean. They went to my lighter, brighter constituents. Majestic creatures of colorful aura. They didn't see that I was pure black oil. I was the apple in the Garden of Eden. That my womb held the tree of life. Once healed, I can regrow limbs. Oh, you want to see my baby? It's yours. Don't play with me. It's yours. Egos. Remember, don't touch Gabriel. Okay. Let me look at my bed. Hmm. Well, once once the betrayal of innocence. So the betrayal of innocence is you meet the wolf in the dark end and he devours you, right? But that's in the darker tales of um, Grimm, the Grimm tales, right? So how Jesus forms it is he takes all of the fairy tale creatures who are of darkness and they put them into the Grimm tales, right? He puts the other ones in the Bible. He'll put some in Moby Dick. He'll organize the characters so that we get like a farmer's market, the bad and the good. And he'll pick through, you know, and he'll reformulate gardens to ground it on earth. I mean, I love him. You guys want to do mm, divorce court? Yeah. I tell them put me back in. And all that was said, how'd we end up at the end of it? So I think when he saw me closing my eyes like that, you know, that's like a trigger to me, you know? I didn't have a lot of boundaries when I was growing up because people did whatever they wanted. Now that I'm older, they don't do they can't do that anymore. It's like free. It's free as a woman. To me, that feels free to be able to say no. And no nigga get mad and try to throw shit on you, acid and shit. That you can turn them down politely, and their ego is not gonna turn into a motherfucking monster. So I love that I can get turned down from a man and not turn into a witch. There's a type of witch, it's called the rejection witch. So she can be the most beautiful woman in the world. But when she gets rejected, she shows her true face. And this face can be seen from a masculine perspective as like in the middle of the night, he'll wake up and he'll look at her and you'll be a little scared because she looks different, right? Because the magic um, wanes out at midnight. So if she's ugly at midnight, she is gonna be ugly in the new moon. So he can see this darkness construed and twisted. So the rejection witch, they'll show you the beautiful face, makeup, hair, all sexy, and, and they'll try to put on this like aura of perfection, and it is like a honey trap. During the day, she's perfect. The house is clean. Everybody's like, entertained and drinks. But again, go to sleep, you little baby. Come and lay your bone on the alabaster stone. Be my ever loving baby. You're a sweet, pretty baby. Cotton in the rock and the sugar don't stop. Didn't need nobody but the baby. Go to sleep, you pretty baby. Mama's gone away and your daddy's gonna stay. Didn't need nobody but the baby. You know? So, oof, that's thunder. That's thunder in my way. Oof, that's hot. Do that again. Whatever that's the but that's it. Right there. Keep playing that part. Perfect. So the reason that I bring that up is because the jealousy witch used to use her magic mainly on famous skies, people with a lot of light. So when the jealousy would get so strong, they would turn the honey. So instead of the honey coming out sweet, it would have a slight bitter taste in the background. And the slight bitter taste in the background was poison, right? That girl is poison. Belle Biv DeVoe. That girl is poison. She's gonna done a thing on my mind. She's driving me out of mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. It's a kiss I love. That girl is poison. Okay? So when those witches construed, you would wake up at like midnight and she would be ugly. Like you would see the wrinkles. No matter how much face cream she puts on, there's a feeling of ugliness seeping from her, like a foul smelling odor. And she would, because it's the internal rot, right? So when guys got in positions of power in the old matrix, sometimes you got the female that resembled your magic, right? So if it's glamour magic, you got a glamour girl. You had a glamorous girl, right? But if you had your, rustic, down earth girl you had since you was in eighth grade or whatever, the it was your job to Cinderella her, right? So I'm like, okay, the only reason that you could save yourself and your soul, here's a feminine. Take care of the garden early, even in temptations. Please don't forget. The man gets in the machine. He has his job. Mario, get this to, Princess Peach. Mario in the machine, jumping over mushrooms and jumping on question marks. You know, he's doing the shit he needs to do to get to Princess Peach. Because Princess Peach is his garden, right? But he gets into the machine and Mario is a plumber. So he wanna fix everything. He in the machine, he wanna fix everything. He fixing pipes in Vietnam. He's over here in Tanzania working on some plumbing. He's international now. Mario is international. So now Princess Peach is up here. She got Bowser talking about peaches, 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 peaches. Yeah. Oh. She's like, why is Bowser singing to me? Shouldn't Mario? Oh, they're just friends. And Bowser come out with like 15 kids for some reason. Nobody knows who the mama is. Princess Peach waiting on Mario to get here. And she already got a bunch of kids with Bowser. I'm not saying she's the mom. I'm not saying it. But ask the developers of the game. So now we like, okay, well maybe Mario is never gonna get Princess Peach because he's too busy out plumbering the world. you know? And the whole world is conspiring to get Mario and Princess Peach together. The whole world is doing it. You got anime creators dying just to write the script. You got some of the most brilliant minds dying just to be a ghost to contribute to the story of Princess Peach and Mario finally meeting. Not just saving her, but finally meeting her and combining kingdoms. You got nobody topping the original Adams family, the characters. I don't even want to see anyone else in that role. Like it's not gonna be the same with different characters. No matter how much that actor tries to embody the aura of Gomez, nobody's gonna replace the original. In my opinion, nobody is going to replace the original. So no matter what feminine he has on his own, walking a red carpet downtown Manhattan, it's just a Barbie in a game, probably puppeted by someone you know. So what I got me jealous about? I just need to. Well, it took me a while to get here because some days I would cherry wine with buckets. I used to. At a certain point, I used to be. It's not funny, but at a certain point, I got so frustrated that I used to hit, and that was my fault. Uh, like, you ever get to the point, I'm not really doing anything. I'm like 5'2", like banging on your chest. I'm like, why would you let him do that to me? Why would you let him do that? You could pause time. Why put me through this shit? You could have saved me if you wanted to. You could have cheated. You could have. You could have stopped him from taking from me. You could have. You could have stopped them from doing these things. But you just let it happen. You just let it happen. He's big, so it's not doing nothing. I used to go off in the square. We used to meet at the car, in the car, to discuss my day, like a therapy session. Sit in the back of the car, and he would ask me questions, just put me questions. I said, why are you just observing? Why are you always the observer in my torment? And you're never the one to be here when I need you. He would always give me the same fucking talk, the same talk. In order to escape the matrix of the mind, you must understand